What is up, wrestling fans? This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. Well, this week's episode of NXT has wrapped up. What the heck happened? I'm going to let you know right now. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JB. If this is your first time here, please stick around for a little while. Partake in the chat room to the left-hand side of the screen. And if you like what you see, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, and click that bell notification for whenever we post videos. We go live every single Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights where we will go on after the event to discuss the event. We go live after NXT on Wednesdays to discuss the episode of NXT, and we also throw out random videos throughout the week. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out that Facebook page, check out that Twitter account, and let's get the ball rolling in regards to this week's episode of NXT. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, this week's episode, the matches were pre-taped as usual. These matches took place prior to NXT TakeOver 25, so it was essentially their pre-show, essentially. How many times can I say essentially? Essentially, I don't know. Anyway, so very first match this week, we got Keithley taking on my favorite, Kota Reeves. I still don't get him. I still don't understand him. He's a big dude. That's really all I got for. I just don't get the whole model aspect. Like, you gotta own it. You gotta be like Rick Martel. You gotta be like Tyler Breeze. Like, you gotta just take it and go with it. He's just like, I like fine things. I just don't understand his character. Anyway, match is pretty standard compared to their first time fighting. Keithley dominates for a good chunk of it. Why? Because Keithley is the greatest thing going on the NXT roster. Okay, granted, he's not the best, but I consider him in my top 5 for sure. I love Keithley. Keithley's amazing. So yeah, he dominates Kota pretty much for the first half of the match. Kota fakes a knee injury midway through to distract the referee and distract Keithley, so he's able to lure him in with his traps. Then, of course, Kota Reeves gets a couple little hope spots in there, which is good for him. Very good, powerful move. He kind of does like an Uranagi, like a really impressive high impact rock bottom onto Keithley, which is very impressive because Keithley is like 300 plus pounds. So Kota Reeves lifting him up, that was cool. So look, there you guys go. I'm complimenting Kota Reeves. Keithley is able to kick out though. I just love every single time Keithley gets like hit or something. He does like that Hulk face, like I just absolutely love it. Keithley, of course, hulks it all up. Eventually gets his big ass. He hits Kota Reeves with the limit breaker, and that is all she wrote. Keithley defeats Kota Reeves in their second match. Said love Keithley. I really hope that they give him a little bit more because past little while, really hasn't been doing anything. Granted, he just did get back from an injury, but I'm really looking forward to when Dominik Dijakovic comes back from his injury and they can finally have their rubber match that we've been waiting so freaking long for. Oh God, it's gonna be so good. Right after that, we have the Io Shirai Shayna Baszler recap, which is pretty cool. Said it wasn't my favorite match at NXT TakeOver 25, but I did enjoy it, so it was cool to see a quick recap. And they announced that next week it is going to be Io teaming up with Candice LeRae to take on the Lackeys. That's right, they're going to be taking on Jessamyn Duke and Marina Shafir. Going to be really cool. Right after that, we have the ladder match recap. Ladder match, so you guys know, I loved it. I thought it was absolutely great. I think it's super cool that the Street Profits were able to win the Tag Team Championship. So 2 thumbs way up for that. Right after that was the NXT North American Championship recap. If you guys don't really know, the episode after takeovers is usually just a lot of recaps. So it lets the episode speed by a little bit though. So essentially right after that we have Damian Priest coming soon promo. I saw last week on NXT they kind of promoted that he's coming. Don't really know a lot about the guy. Then again, I really haven't researched him yet, so he's probably someone that I've probably seen in the past before, but I'm really looking forward to. I always like when NXT really promotes an upcoming person, so like when they finally do have their debut, you're like, yeah, I can go with that. So essentially, right after that is this week's main event. Yeah, it's a really quick. There's only 2 matches on this week's episode, but it's Mia Yim taking on Bianca Belair in their rubber match, which is absolutely cool. Very similar to their last match, Mia starts off like a house of fire, trying to just get Bianca Belair, wear her down, pin her as quickly as humanly possible. But of course, Bianca's not having any of that. She uses a lot of her strength to counteract a lot of that. I really like that they were using a lot of submissions in this one. Like even like Bianca Belair was using submissions. He locked Mia Yim into a crossbow, which was really cool to see that. But yeah, Mia Yim just kept locking Bianca into like a guillotine choke, which is really good. Like I said, like Mia Yim recently switched over to submission-based wrestling compared to her old high-flying style just because of some injuries that she suffered in the past. It also helps that her really close friend and roommate is Shayna Baszler, so of course you can learn a lot from this submission magician for sure. Match overall, actually a part before the ending that I really liked is kind of similar to last week. Like last week, Mia Yim beat Bianca Belair by rolling her up after a botched powerbomb. Like she tried to powerbomb her and then she grabbed Bianca's hair and rolled her up with it. So Bianca Belair actually wrapped her hair up and then went for the powerbomb to be a little bit preemptive to prevent it. But Mia Yim was able to turn that into a guillotine chokehold, but unfortunately that really nothing happened out of that. Bianca was able to get out of that. Match ends very shortly after though, where Mia manages to get on the top rope and hit her finisher once again. She is able to hit the protect your neck against Bianca Belair and gets the 3 count center of the ring. So that's twice now Mia Yim has defeated Bianca Belair via pinfall, which is really good. Makes Mia look very strong. But it does lower Bianca's stock a little bit, in my opinion, because, Bianca went so long as being, undefeated. She even said, like, I am undefeated. But she's lost the last 2 matches via pinfall, so what's up with that? But yeah, it does make Mia Yim look very strong, so maybe Mia's going to be next in the women's title picture. I still think it's going to be Candice eventually, but hey, Mia's great too. I enjoy watching her. So right after that was a quick recap of last week's match between Kushida and Drew Gulak. Of course, Kushida won via pinfall. So right after that, they went backstage to Drew Gulak flat out saying, like, I challenged Kushida, because I was told he's the best submission-based wrestler. That's a lie. I'm the best submission-based wrestler. So next week, I'm challenging him to a submission match. Which, of course, Kushida replied right on his Twitter account that he accepts. So GM Regal has announced that next week it's going to be Kushida taking on Drew Gulak in a submission match as well. We also have the Undisputed Era taking on Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. It's going to be slightly different. Going to be Undisputed Era. It's going to be Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, not Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish re-injured his leg during that ladder match, which sucks considering that he just got back from that injury not too long ago. So I wish Bobby Fish a speedy recovery because he's super fun to watch. It sucks because he's getting up there in age. Like I said, he's actually older than I am. So I'm like mid-30s. So like Bobby's getting up there in age, so he really can't be taking these injuries so much after that. But yeah, speedy recovery to Bobby Fish. We hope you come back because Undisputed Era is where it's at. Speaking of Undisputed Era, right after that we had a recap of the Johnny Gargano-Adam Cole match. It was a phenomenal match. Super fun to watch. I still personally liked their first match at NXT TakeOver New York a little bit better than this one, but this one was still a great match in my opinion. But if you guys didn't see, Adam Cole is your new NXT champion, so they showed all that. So where's this going to go? Who's the new challenger for the NXT title? Is it going to be Johnny Gargano? Is it going to be, I don't know, Keithley? That'd be kind of cool in my opinion. But overall, great episode of NXT. Cannot take anything away from that. 2 thumbs way up. Really dug all of it. Really looking forward to next week. Like I said, we got 3 solid matches that are going to be next week. We got 2 tag team matches. It's going to be absolutely freaking amazing. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing tonight? And I agree. Jazzy looks phenomenal. I actually love that they have her teaming up with Ginny right now. I think that's a really good pairing. I'm really digging the entire Ginny thing. I never really saw Ginny wrestle prior to this year's Mae Young Classic. And then, like, her match against Toni Storm in the first round, I was like, holy crap, this girl is really good. Like, she is phenomenal. Yeah, it's really weird that they're kind of making Jazzy a heel right off the bat, considering that she's just beyond over with the crowd. Who knows? Maybe they'll change it up. Maybe they'll change it up. But yeah, you caught me just as we're ending this week's episode. But I got a surprise for all of you people. Figured I would crack out the old school Kermit the Frog mug. It's been a while since I had some coffee from this one. It's a good mug. Got this at Disney World. They don't even have this one anymore. They have like no Muppet merchandise there anymore, which just sucks. Big Muppet fan, and they don't even provide it anymore. Like, there was that small period of like 2 years where like there was like Muppets everywhere because of like the Jason Segel movie and the TV show, and now there's nothing. Now it's just back to us forgetting about the Muppets again. We'll never forget about it. Plus, I'm really excited for Dark Crystal on Netflix. I actually recorded my reaction to watching the trailer. I might release that on YouTube one of these days. I'm trying to avoid the copyrights, people. I'm trying to avoid the copyrights. Alright, as always of you guys, like what you saw, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, click that bell and notification for whenever we go live. As you guys know, if you guys are regular here, we go live Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights, where we go on after the event to discuss the event. We go live Wednesdays, i.e. tonight, to discuss NXT, and of course, random videos throughout the week. I am all about the Labyrinth. As a kid, never really noticed the David Bowie crotch, and then you grow up and it's like, that is a lot of tight pants. But Jim Henson said I still get emotional. Like I said, I wanted to go into puppetry. Like I said, I still do it as a hobby. I'm not that phenomenal, but I do make a lot of weird puppets and a lot of creature creations for local theater productions around here in the city. But yeah, that, and if you guys, you can't really see it, but up above that wall, I got Kermit, I got a Sweetums, I got a Gonzo up there, got a bunch of Muppet action figures right in front of me. I actually do have a Jareth action figure as well too. I don't have a Hoggle and I don't have a Ludo. Sorry peeps, sorry peeps. Alright, as always, you guys are the reason why I do this. Share the heck out of this video. Let's get some more people to check us out. As always, this is JP from K-Vape Chronicles. You have yourselves a wonderful evening. I will see you all next time. And now let us all drink the Muppet coffee. Alright, have a great night, everyone.